Hey guys, it's Jasmine, and today I'm going to talk to you about these candles I found recently that are kitty fragranced, or their fragrance is based on cats. And I love candles, as many of you, if you have been here a minute, you know that already. I love candles, I love fragrances, and I love cats. So this just seemed like the perfect storm and something that was pretty relevant to share with you guys today. I did mention the two candles that I'm going to talk about today in last week's video. That was the best gift ideas for cat owners and kitty lovers, which I'll link that video in the description below because it ended up being pretty comprehensive, and I think there's some pretty good ideas in there, if I do say so myself. Before we get started, we are going to go ahead and pick the card of the day from this cat tarot deck, which was actually also in that video of good gift ideas. Clearly, I can't get enough of this, and it was a very good gift because it is being put to use regularly here on the channel. So as I'm shuffling this, all you have to do is think of a question, something that perhaps you need some insight on, something that's relevant in your life, or you can just consider whatever card that ends up getting picked today as your general kind of insight for the day. So if you are ready, I think I am done shuffling. If you're not ready, just pause this video until you really get something that resonates with you. Card of the day is, Queen of Pentacles. Oh, it's in a little food snack maze. Okay, I have the explanation right here, and I will let you guys gaze at this beautiful piece of art as I read it to you. The Queen of Pentacles portends great tidings ahead, but as always, it takes both diligence and intelligence. Upright, the Queen of Pentacles is nurturing, supportive, strong, loving, creative, and successful thanks to her paws-on approach to the tasks in front of her. She's incredibly astute and willing to keep at it until the treat is out of the maze. If she sounds ideal, that's because she is. These are the standards to aim for. I really like this card and the Queen of Pentacles and the cute little ginger kitty trying to get the treat out of the maze. All right, so let's get into what this video is about, and that is these two candles right here. This one is Black Cat by Goose Creek Candle Company, and this one is Cozy Kitten. I've had these for a couple of months at least. This one is the 24-ounce tall, and according to this, it says this candle burns up to 100 to 150 hours, and so far, I would say that's very, very accurate because they burn so slow. This isn't the only one I got. Just off the top of my head, besides Black Cat and Cozy Kitten, at this point, I've gotten Turkish coffee, salted pretzel, pumpkin waffles, or maybe it was pumpkin blueberry waffles, carnival cake, which is like a funnel cake, which is what I was really excited about. Oh, Perfect Day. It's actually the one that's lit in the background right there. That one's a really clean, safe blind buy, I think, if you like those kind of clean, super minimally floral scents. And I got one called Cotton, I think, and that one's more masculine. It's actually a really good, I would say if you're a guy looking for a good candle for your space, then Cotton would be a good choice. But believe it or not, this and this, I think, are pretty neutral. I would say both of these are strongly unisex. They aren't too sweet. They aren't on the gourmand or foodie side whatsoever either. These are both really good kind of cozy home scents. And I'm actually going to go over the notes with you guys in a minute. But overall, I would say that these two are really safe blind buys, and that's why they were on my list of really good gifts for cat owners or cat lovers, especially ones who love candles. They don't contain any of those more polarizing notes that fragrances or candles can have. These I would put under the category of more kind of musky, not generic because they are unique. And I will say this, a lot of the candles that I've gotten now that I've gotten like, I don't know, 20 from this company, some of them do come off as really powerfully synthetic. And it's not surprising because these do have a throw, which is the distance that you can smell them. I mean, the throw goes across the whole house for these. Sometimes with some of the candle, my preference is to only light the, this is like a 14.5 ounce, to only light this size or smaller in this room because it really does just saturate the airspace. And so typically I like to have these bigger ones out in the living room because it will fill up the living room, the kitchen, and then the rooms of the house. And I will actually say, I wasn't about to bring all of the candles in here to show you guys because, you know, I'm not about to like Easter egg hunt every single candle throughout my house. But I did grab this one, which is one of two 8-ounce candles that I have. And this one is also one of my absolute favorites. The only reason I got this size too was because they were out of the bigger ones, but I'm so happy that I did end up getting this size. This one's up there. If you guys do want me to do a more thorough video sharing all of the candles I got and maybe rating them from my favorite to my least favorite, because I do have a least favorite, there's actually one, but I'm going to go ahead and say, suffice to say that the ones that are, I mean, you think are going to be really delicious, like fresh baked bread, they pretty much have proven true in my experience. But I bring this one up in this little size because this is perfect for a bathroom. This is perfect. Actually, I keep this one in my kitchen, which is a very small kitchen where I'm currently living. It fills up the kitchen perfectly and actually kind of blends into the next room as well. Their candles are so strong, and the Turkish coffee especially, that when I lit it in here, I had to bring it out. I actually had to put it out for a little bit because it was really saturating the air, and I had to bring it out. Now, in addition to that, like I was starting to mention before, a lot of them do have a strongly synthetic kind of scent to them. When I first lit their candles in my house, because I do tend to surround myself in all natural things, whether it comes to fragrances or soaps or things I use to clean the house or whatever it may be, it was very, very apparent to me that they use a lot of strong synthetic substances or compounds within their candles. And it's not surprising because, again, they are so strong. And the reason I mention that is because if you are one of those people that are highly sensitive to synthetic fragrances, then you definitely don't just want to go all in and buy a bunch of their candles at once. I would maybe stick to 3 or 4 of the smaller sizes. In addition to that, if you have pets in the house, especially cats, for example, like I do here, you do want to be cautious with fragrances and things because they could potentially affect your cat, maybe their behavior, potentially their health, especially if you're sensitive enough to them to where they might give you a headache or affect your cognition somehow. If so, then the chances are very, very high that they'll do the same to your cat. And that's why it might be a good idea to maybe stick to the smaller candles, again, depending on how big your space is, or if you have cats who have access to kind of semi-outdoors like mine do. They have access to their screened-in catio through the kitty door, and there are days where they might spend most of the day out there, so I'll light one of the stronger candles that I enjoy in here while they do that, and everybody is happy. Okay, I feel like I've been blabbing quite a bit, and we haven't even gotten to the notes of these candles yet, so let's do that. Starting off with the Cozy Kitten, you can see here, I think it only comes, candle-wise, I think it only comes in this size. And something I've noticed about this company, they always have sales going on. They don't have an affiliate situation. They don't have any kind of referral, anything, which, I mean, I think that would be a great idea. Do be aware, if you're going to try any of these candles out, either install one of those coupon extensions, like I think one is called Honey. This video is not sponsored whatsoever. Or just Google it. Just Google Goose Creek Candles coupon code, or just go on their Facebook page. Do not pay full price for these candles because they always have some kind of special, and usually it involves 50% off whatever the price is. Their website is set up wonderfully because it's just very easy to navigate and very clear. Let's see what it says about Cozy Kitten about this fragrance. Not just friends, but family. The cozy critter cuddles with love, absolutely warming your soul. So the prominent scent notes. Top notes are spun sugar and pine grapefruit. Mid notes are red berries, jasmine, and dahlia. And base notes are soft patchouli, sandalwood, and vanilla. The burn time for this is said to be 35 plus hours. On here, on the candle itself, it says up to 50 hours. And I think it's safe to say that it is more towards 50 hours because, again, they have such a slow burn and they burn so evenly. And these candles are lasting forever. It tells you right here, they're made in the USA, if that matters to you. They're also 100% lead-free, and it is highly scented with a clean burn. So here's what I'll say about my experience with this one. What I like to do is light a candle in a separate room and then maybe go outside, go work on stuff, go do laundry or something, and let it burn for a good 20 or 30 minutes before I come back in the house so that I can get that hit and that kind of authentic judgment of how I feel about it. This one, after I lit it and I walked back in, it smelled so familiar to me in a nostalgic type way. And right away, I felt like I could smell some amber in this, which, looking at the notes again, there is no amber. But to me, what I really get with this are those base notes, to be honest, especially the sandalwood, a little bit of grapefruit, and the soft patchouli, but I would say that it's not that off-putting strong. It's a very mild patchouli that just helps to ground the fragrance of the candle. I would even say that the blend of the patchouli and the sandalwood with that little bit of spun sugar and a tiny bit of floral, that's really what gives this the cozy factor, because it is, like I said, a cozy, nostalgic, kind of warm, bundle up in a blanket with your kitty smell. And initially, I actually liked this one so much that I purchased their body lotion and their hand soap. And I will say that I think this fragrance is better as a candle, so as kind of like a home fragrance versus the body lotion. But it's better suited for environment rather than person, if that makes sense. Next, let's talk about Black Cat. So like I said, this jar is the 24 ounces and it looks like it's sold out right now, which isn't surprising, probably because we just passed Halloween and all that. Again, they have the very cute visuals right here, and it says about this fragrance, Hallows Eve is just around the corner. This Black Cat is up to something. So maybe this was seasonal. I'm not too sure. Again, I got these a couple of months ago, so well before Halloween. Prominent scent notes for Black Cat. Top notes are vanilla musk and marshmallow. Mid notes are campfire woods, haunted mist. Not too sure what haunted mist is exactly. And the base is soft sandalwood. That other one is 3 whisks. This one's only 2. But you can see, I don't know if you can see how clean the burn is. It doesn't even get that black soot around the glass, which I want to say all of my candles get, which I just noticed right now, and that's kind of crazy. And I also think they choose the perfect colors for these candles, because this one, I have no idea what haunted mist is, but I would say out of all of those notes, that seems to describe the smell and feel that this evokes the most. When I first lit this one, I liked it. I did not like it. I wasn't crazy about it. It was good. And let's be honest, I mostly got it because I have Betty and Ronan in the house right now, and it looks just like them. This one is definitely highly scented, like this says. You definitely get that sandalwood. And whereas this one kind of makes you think of a warm, cozy blanket, maybe a fireplace, and kind of those amber autumn colors, this one is definitely, it reminds me of the mist that's coming up from the ground in those Halloween movies when they're walking through the cemetery. It smells like a very, very slightly sweet kind of gray cloud, if that makes sense. The sandalwood is definitely there, and that's where these two have in common. They really don't smell alike at all, but if you were to smell them side by side like this or after being lit, then you can recognize something is similar in there. And I really do think it's the grounding from the sandalwood, which happens to be in both. If there was maybe someone had a campfire and it was rained upon overnight, this smells like the next morning at dusk with all of the mist and the dew and that fire having been put out by that rain. And maybe there's like a tiny little pile of melted vanilla ice cream next to it. And again, this one, unisex, great for any home, whether you are a guy or a girl or, in a family or whatever. This one would be a great choice if you want something that's warm and welcoming and clean in its own way. It has a little something. There's a little mystery to it. They really do theme these out pretty well. I will add this perhaps seemingly strange little side note with this one, but I feel like it could be relevant. If you frequently cook rice or you have a rice cooker and you use it pretty often, then you might want to get this one. And here's why. There's one time I had this lit in the living room and I was cooking, I think it was brown rice specifically. And I stepped outside to, I don't know, just do something. And when I came back in, I was genuinely so confused because it smelled like cupcakes baking in my house. And I realized it was a combination between the rice cooking, which I love the smell of rice being cooked anyway, but that mixed with the fragrance coming from this candle created some kind of bakery, cupcakes, amazingness just that was saturating my entire house. So that was pretty neat. I don't know. I just thought that was worth mentioning, and that's something I noticed. But I do really, really like this one, even when it isn't mixing with rice to smell like cupcakes. Keep in mind what I mentioned. If you are sensitive to fragrance, especially synthetic fragrance, if you do have pets in the house who you've noticed respond negatively in some way to synthetic fragrances, again, I would definitely stick to testing things out with the smaller sizes of their candles. Not only that, but I, didn't even show you guys. The lids are also pretty nice. They're different for each one. They seem to have different styles. And when it comes to the things and products that are offered, I like that they give you the option to get the lotion, the hand soap, the wax melts, and they have room sprays. They have scented plugins, which, I'm not a huge fan of those. And I've talked about that before as well when it comes to things that can be potentially harmful for your feline fur babies within the household. But yes, that is I guess you can say that's my review / informational video about the cat-themed candles from Goose Creek. If you've tried these, comment below and let me know what you think, and let me know if you think that my description was pretty accurate. Let me know if you know of any other cat-themed candles or fragrances or anything like that that you think I should try out, because if you suggest it, chances are I will probably seek it out and try it out and then share my experience with you guys. Please remember to click the thumbs up if you like this video, because that helps us out here at this channel so very much. And if you're new here, thanks for sticking around and watching for this long. If you're into this kind of stuff, especially things having to do with feline care, kitty nutrition, and especially the raw cat food diet, as well as things for humans like stress management tips, recipes, workouts, and honestly, whatever else I feel like posting, then make sure to click that subscribe button here on YouTube, as well as the little bell icon that's right next to it, so you get notified whenever a new video goes up. And you can also find us on Facebook at Cat Lady Fitness and follow our page. I hope you found this video interesting or helpful. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.